Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the best rare farmers in the game, if not the best rare farmer in the game. It is a Void champion, and that's going to be the Bellower. That's right, guys. Bellower is an absolute beast. We're going to be showing him off today, talking about the gear build and kind of just showcasing Bellower in general, because I recently got mine up to 6 stars and I wanted to show him off. Now, as far as like sets go, my sets are not optimal. I need a ton of gear, and one of the things that Bellower needs is like crit rate and or stun. And I just don't have, I literally have no crit rate, or not crit rate, crit damage or stun pieces. I really don't have much crit rate pieces either. So we do have a broken set on top, and then we're running some cruel sets. So let's talk about the weapons. With him, you're going to want to get him up to a 100% crit rate, because his skills, what makes him the best farmer in the game are all of his skills. His A1 attacks all enemies, A2 attacks all enemies, A3 attacks all enemies. So every single turn, no matter what, he's attacking all the enemies and smashing them. And that's what makes him so awesome at farming, is he can just run through and destroy the farming levels really quickly. I went from farming in like a minute 30 down to 30 seconds with him. So A1 attacks all enemies, has a 20% chance of placing block cooldowns. A2 attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing decreased speed, and then A3 75% chancing a decreased attack and defense. And then in faction crypts, he increases speed. Now for the gear, you want to get him to 100% crit rate. That way he's smacking for crit every single turn. And you want to get that crit damage and attack up. Now, my pieces aren't the best, but they kind of work for now. I'm going to work on getting a Fire Knight team, because that's where you get, in case you guys don't know, Fire Knight Dungeon, or Fire Knight Castle rather, is where you get crit rate and even the stun sets, which are really nice on him. Or not crit rate, crit damage. I keep saying crit rate, crit damage and stun sets on him. So I'm working on getting better at farming that. I do have a team. I just need a team that can farm it on auto on the harder levels. So what I have here is we have, like I said, a little bit of a broken set for my weapon. We're running attack. We want a lot of speed on him. We're running speed, and then I got lucky on this weapon and rolled 3 times on crit damage, and then we got crit rate. So 19% crit damage, 5% on the crit rate. Now, then we have crit rate shield here, which I don't have a lot of crit rate weapons, and these weapons really not too much better than what I had on the toxic weapon, and it got to 100%, so I figured it would be good. We got crit rate of 8%, crit damage of 6%, accuracy. I would like to see some attack in there, and I might put those 2 pieces up to 16 soon. I just got to farm out some more silver. And then the cruel sets, they're okay. They're not the most epic. Like, this helmet could use some improvement, but we got defense in there. We got crit rate, attack, and accuracy. If I had something a little bit better, I would throw it on there for sure. These gauntlets are amazing for him, though. 50% crit rate, accuracy. We got the crit damage in there of 11%, speed and resist. So these are actually pretty nice gauntlets. The chest plate is okay, not most optimal. 50% on the defense. We do have that 13% on the crit rate, HP, attack percent, and accuracy, which are really good. And then the boots are kind of meh as well. Speed, crit damage, accuracy, and then a little bit of defense in there. Crit damage always being good. And then the ring, I need to get a better ring, which I just haven't pulled one. I'm using a 3-star ring on him because it's the only thing that had like attack is the main stat here for any of my rings. So we want to get that attack up, HP, defense percent. I really want attack percent in there. I need to farm out rings. Then amulet, we got attack, defense, crit damage percent, which is nice, and then some HP. And then on the banner, we're running an accuracy banner, which is recommended, attack percent, and then we got defense percent, defense in there. And then let's talk about his masteries. I have him built pretty interesting. I feel like it works. I'm not sure. We'll kind of see how you guys feel about it. But we got crit rate on him. Obviously, get that crit rate up. Crit damage of 10%. Then we have increased damage by 5% when attacking with full hit points, which if you have enough speed on him, he should be attacking first every time. Increases speed by 6 for each enemy killed by this champion. So we should be smacking enemies and killing them really well. And then we have damage increase for increases damage inflicted by 8% for first hit on each enemy. So hopefully that first hit should smack a little bit harder. Increases damage inflicted for 5% for each dead ally, stacks up to 10%, which we're farming with him, so our allies are most likely going to die because they're just there to farm. And then we have the kill streak, increases damage inflicted by 6% in the arena and 3% in all other locations, stacks up to 12% for each champion killed by the, or for each enemy killed by this champion, which is nice. And then we have Blood Shield, which this one's not most optimal, but the way I kind of have him built here, kind of meh, but we could have went like something like this, but I really wanted to have the flawless execution of the 20% crit damage in there. And then we're running support over here to increase the accuracy by 10, heals the champion 10% for of their max hit point the first time an enemy is killed. And then we have the Arcane Celebrity, 30% chance of increasing turn meter by 10% when a debuff is cast, which he does have some debuffs on his skills. Decreases turn meter when the champion hits them with the default skill for the first time, and then decreases turn meter by 20% with 0 target skills. So, and 5% with AoE skills. It occurs once per target. So that one's just going to help decrease their turn meter so we can help outspeed them. Set bonuses of life, offense, speed, crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, which really that one's not great now, but when I get those crit damage sets and stuff in there, that's when that'll come in handy. And then increases speed by 8 for each dead ally. Again, we should be having dead allies. So where do you run him? How do you run him? Let's go ahead and talk about that. So for me, I'm farming on Brutal and on stages 12-3, 12-6. 12-3 is going to give you just a little bit more silver. 12-6 is going to give you just a little bit more experience, but I don't mind farming out more experience. So like I just farm with 3 people that need to go up, that we're ready, trying to get up so we can get champions ready to feed into food to level up our other champions. So let's go ahead and farm up some 2 stars here. We're going to throw them in, and really we can do really well. I went from farming in like a minute 30 to down like 35 seconds with him, and you see he's just going to be a beast. We want our allies actually taken out here, which is a good thing for us. As they get taken out, Bellower gets a buffs from his skills. Now, we want to get that crit damage and attack up a little bit more. That way he can take these guys out with single hits, but that's part of where we're working on the gear. But you see, he's pretty strong. He's got some good speed in here, and we're doing like 30-second runs. We just need a little bit better gear to get him quite there. And sometimes it gets close. I mean, that one got pretty close, but you'll see there he's going to outspeed, and we get 39 seconds, which is okay. And then we just run that back to back nonstop, and we farm these champions up really quick. Like I said, the 2 stars we can get up like usually in about 8 runs, I believe it is, to get them maxed out, which is really nice. Again, we want them taken out so that we can have more speed, more attack with him. It's good. He works really nicely. I just got to start working on getting the Fire Knight down so we can get him some better gear, get that crit damage gear, because, I mean, honestly, some of that Cruel is okay, but there's some that needs replaced. Like the boots are not great, and the chest piece is not amazing. So I could definitely replace those with a crit damage set. I think I said crit rate earlier. I do that a lot. But here we go, guys. Bellower, pretty strong. Like I said, one of my favorite farmers in the game. I wanted to do a quick highlight of him, show you guys how I'm using him, and you don't even have to have the most optimal sets to do really well. So hopefully this one's going to help you guys out. If you do pull Bellower out of a Void Shard, get him up as soon as possible. It's going to help you out in your long-term farming. Worth getting up to 6 stars. Worth it. You just set it on auto, run those 30 seconds, 40 seconds runs. Once you get that better gear, he's going to do even better. So hopefully this video is going to help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like on it, and we'll see you tomorrow with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.